Let's have brunch together, and I'm going to show you two of my favorite recipes: coconut and carrot cake and some delicious avocado on toast with some poached eggs, the best way to start the day. You need 300 grams of carrots, 150 grams of sugar, 100 grams of coconut, 300 grams of flour, 200 ml of oil, a teaspoon of baking powder, and 4 eggs. This is a very simple recipe that is made on a blender. Just weigh your carrots before peeling them, otherwise your mixture can become too watery. Then I cut the carrots into pieces to help the blender a little bit. And we'll add the watery ingredients, the oil and the eggs, and we'll also add the sugar in this phase. And we'll create kind of the essence of our cake and what is going to make it absolutely delicious. I'm using a Ninja blender because it's the only one I've got, and I'm quite happy with it. It's powerful and is lasting long. The only problem is that it's very noisy. Then you need to prepare your dry ingredients. Just get your flour, your coconut and your baking powder all together and well combined. And then you just need to pour your watery mixture into your flour and combine it a little bit. Don't worry about mixing it too much because you don't really want the gluten to develop. So just eat until it's completely combined. This mixture will look a bit grainy because of the texture of the coconut, but it's not really. The cake is going to be very smooth. Then get your tin or your pan. I coat it with some oil and some sugar, so it has kind of a crusty, sweet bottom, but you can also use flour if you prefer. And then you put it in the oven for about 40 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius, but this will depend on your oven. While the cake is in the oven, we're going to prepare our avocado on toast. Just get a ripe avocado, take all the flesh from the inside into the plate, and we're going to season to taste. I'll start with some sriracha hot sauce. It's not really very hot, it has a very nice taste, and I don't usually like spicy things, so don't worry. Just need to put a little bit of some salt flakes to your taste, add some white pepper to your taste. I like to put a little bit of dill, which is also unusual of this recipe, and some lime juice. And then you just need to mash it very well until it's a very smooth texture. Some people like it a little bit more grainy. To be honest, I mash it, but it doesn't need to be silky smooth. I like to be a little bit rough. And then I add some small tomatoes. It's also an unusual step of this recipe, but for me they are essential. There's no avocado on toast without some cherry tomatoes or some piccolo tomatoes with it. It gives it sweetness and texture, and I always put. Then boil your water, bring it to a boil and stir it so the water is moving, and you put your egg in the center of your water. And you just make sure that your egg is always going around and around in your pan while the water is boiling. It takes around 2 minutes to get your egg cooked, but I don't really count the time these days. I just keep on stirring to make sure that the egg is moving, and I take it out when it stops being see-through. Yes, for me a couple of minutes is enough because I like my egg very runny and not very hard in the inside, but it depends on how runny you like your egg. See, by stirring it gets like this shape and it's very neat. Just put some toast ready and put your mixture onto your bread and the egg on top. And that's it. It's super tasty, super simple, and this is the equivalent of the best breakfast ever for me, and a great way to start the day. The cake is ready, And to finalize our coffee, we get a slice of this delicious cake. It's very fluffy. It's a great cake to eat during your breaks while you're studying without feeling guilty. It's overall not so sugary, not so fatty, so you can munch on it as much as you like. I find this breakfast delicious and I start the day already happy. I hope you enjoy and have a good one. Bye!